The 2026 Oscar nominations have sent unprecedented tremors through Hollywood, catching even industry veterans off guard with their slew of historic firsts, shattered expectations, and a redefined cinematic landscape. As the world's eyes turned to the early morning announcement, the entertainment community was riveted, speculation ran rampant, and the usual buzz was electrified by surprises that few could have predicted. At precisely 5:30 a.m. Pacific, the annual ritual of guessing, hoping, and dreading was underway, but this time, the results would leave even the most jaded observers stunned. Warner Brothers Pictures, a constant force in the film world, accomplished something never seen in the nearly century-long story of the Academy. And while Warner was making history, the adored mystery comedy series Only Murders in the Building faced a total nomination blackout in its sixth season, a development that blindsided its loyal fanbase and critics alike. Selena Gomez, meanwhile, not only survived the tumult but emerged with a groundbreaking milestone that secured her a unique spot in entertainment annals. Let's break down these astonishing developments and their implications for the future of movies and television. Pause for a moment. If you love these updates, consider subscribing now for more breaking news on entertainment's biggest moments. The main headline blazed: Warner Brothers, for the first time in the Academy's 98 years, secured nominations in each major Oscar category. That means, from Best Picture to Best Director, every acting award, lead and supporting, male and female, as well as the most significant technical prizes, Warner's films were represented. It wasn't just about the sheer number of categories, though. It was the diversity and audacity of the nominated movies that had insiders talking. A sprawling science fiction epic, helmed by breakout director Lia Jang, led the pack with 11 nominations, including the top prizes and acting honors for John David Washington and Florence Pugh, with the film The Last Horizon receiving acclaim for its innovative visuals and bold narrative. Critics and audiences alike were quick to hail it as a watershed moment for blockbuster storytelling. Subscribe to keep up with more record-breaking Oscar coverage. Warner also scored big with an animated drama set in post-war Paris, which brought the studio its first Best International Feature nomination in a decade, alongside nods for cinematography and original screenplay. Another lauded entry, The People's Voice, a documentary spotlighting global democracy movements, was recognized for both Best Documentary Feature and Best Editing, highlighting Warner's commitment to substance as well as spectacle. What made this achievement even more striking was the breadth of talent on display. For the first time, performers from Warner appeared in every major acting category, and the studio's nominees told stories from 5 continents, prominently featuring a record number of women and filmmakers of color. Industry analysts quickly dubbed this a new golden age for Warner Brothers, with Dr. Simone Park, a well-known commentator, noting the studio's willingness to take creative, cultural, and political risks and emerge victorious. While Warner set new standards, the day's biggest shock came with the total exclusion of Only Murders in the Building from nominations. Once a consistent favorite at major awards shows, including the Emmys, Golden Globes, and the Oscars' own Best Limited Series category, which debuted in 2024, the Hulu series starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez found itself entirely overlooked. Speculation around this snub was immediate and passionate. Some attributed it to possible franchise fatigue after 6 seasons, even though the show's sharp writing and strong performances remained intact. Others theorized that the Academy was intentionally shifting its focus to fresher voices and narratives amid an increasingly crowded field of contenders. Behind closed doors, some insiders whispered about the impact of expanded Academy membership and stricter campaigning rules, suggesting that Only Murders' traditional awards push may have backfired this time. Social media was ablaze as news of the snub spread. One devoted fan using the handle MurderPod Queen vented, "How do you go from must-watch to completely ignored in 1 year? The Academy needs to explain this." Meanwhile, critic Jamal Niatzi argued that it was a matter of time, praising the series for redefining its genre, but noting that perhaps its era of awards dominance had run its course. Whether this will be the end of its awards journey is uncertain, but the show remains a major hit with viewers, and Hulu has already renewed it for a 7th season, even if its Oscar chapter appears closed for now. In contrast, the morning's biggest individual winner was undoubtedly Selena Gomez. In a year filled with upsets, her name was read not once, but 3 times, an achievement without precedent for a Latina artist in the Academy's history. Gomez's trio of nominations spanned 3 unique categories. Her emotionally charged song Rise Again, co-written and performed for The Last Horizon, earned her a nod in Best Original Song. Her acclaimed dramatic performance in Velvet Shadows was recognized in a leading acting category. And as one of the producers of The People's Voice, she became the youngest Latina ever nominated for Best Documentary Feature. Gomez's historic triple nomination is seen as a major breakthrough for representation, and her response was deeply moving. In her statement, she acknowledged those who paved the way, expressing hope that her recognition would inspire young people who've ever felt invisible to keep dreaming and striving. Her achievements quickly made waves, with advocacy groups and industry figures hailing her as a new standard-bearer for the next wave of artists and sparking fresh dialogue about the importance of diversity and inclusion in entertainment. As reporter Carla Mendoza observed, Gomez has evolved far beyond her earlier roles as a pop star and sitcom lead, now standing as an agent of change. While Warner Brothers, Only Murders in the Building, and Selena Gomez dominated the headlines, the 2026 Oscar nominations were full of other notable twists and firsts. Over half the acting nominees this year are first-timers, signaling the Academy's continuing push to broaden its membership and spotlight new talent. Streaming services also made a powerful showing. Netflix and Apple TV Plus together amassed 17 nominations, but established studios like Universal and Sony maintained their presence, suggesting a vigorous competition between digital newcomers and traditional powerhouses. Genre films stood out as well, with horror, animation, and international features all receiving major nods, demonstrating the Academy's increasingly eclectic taste. This year's nominations also reflected a fundamental transformation in the Academy's identity, with a record number of international members and a clear intention to showcase global storytelling. The Oscars, once Hollywood's exclusive celebration, now stand as a worldwide tribute to the art of cinema. Academy President Rafael Martinez summed it up succinctly: the Oscars are evolving. We're seeing new faces, new genres, and new perspectives. That's what makes this year so exciting. All eyes now turn to the ceremony itself, where key narratives will unfold. Will Warner's unprecedented nominations turn into a sweep of wins, or will the studio face unexpected upsets? Can Selena Gomez convert her 3 nominations into Oscar gold, possibly setting even more records in the process? Who will emerge to fill the space left by Only Murders in the Building's absence? The door is open for new series and underdog contenders to grab the spotlight. Another pressing question is whether the Academy's new direction will endure, marking a lasting shift or proving a temporary response to the current climate. The 2026 Oscar nominations, more than just a list, serve as a vivid snapshot of an industry in the midst of transformation. Legacy players like Warner Brothers flourish by embracing innovation, while fan favorites, despite past glories, can find themselves suddenly out of contention. Individual talents like Selena Gomez break through old barriers, inspiring entire communities and sparking meaningful conversations about who gets to be seen and celebrated. Throughout the morning, as the entertainment world processed the news, it was clear that the Academy Awards are now more unpredictable and inclusive than ever before. This year's lineup, packed with newcomers, diverse genres, and international voices, underscores the Oscars' commitment to reflecting the world's stories and the ever-shifting balance of power in Hollywood. The rise of streaming and the resilience of old studios, the triumphs of newcomers and the heartbreak of snubs, the impact of global perspectives, and the continued push for representation. All these threads wove together to make the 2026 nominations a landmark moment. As the ceremony approaches, the stakes could not be higher for studios, stars, and storytellers alike. The stage is set for a night where history may be made again, new legends could be born, and the future of film and television will be shaped in real time. Be sure to subscribe for all the latest updates and behind-the-scenes stories as the countdown to Oscar night continues.